Goalie is not something you become, it's something you're born into. It's been proven over and over again. You don't need a PhD to know that a usual person will never play in net. Who in their right mind will want to face a hard-shot piece of rubber on a daily basis? Nobody is looking forward to get seriously bruised. To be a goalie, you have to have the right mix of mentality, talent, and a little bit of luck. Point in case, Olympic champion Mikael Tellqvist, who became a goalie almost by accident. Actually, I always liked goalies, he says. I like their equipment better. Until I turned 7, I was a skater though. And then our goalie got injured and my coach told me, hey, wanna try to be a goalie? So I did, and I liked it a lot. And that's how I became a goalie. We're gonna try to show you what it's like to be a goalie. For that purpose, we put a camera on Tellqvist's mask for one of Dinamo Riga's practices. Before I became a goalie, I played defense, continues Tellqvist. I probably wasn't all that great at all. Even back then I was thinking about playing in net. It just felt like the right thing to do. I think the hardest shots to stop always come from odd man rushes, especially if it's 2-0. Those one-timers are really hard to stop. If a defenseman makes a mistake, there's still hope your goalie is gonna save the day. But if it's your goalie who makes a mistake, there's no coming back from that. Every mistake that I make leads to a goal. That's just the way it is. And that's exactly why I like being a goalie. I like to stay focused. When you allow a goal, you have to forget about it right away and continue to play strong.
It's Dinamo. They want to see how I work in practice. No, that's good. Yeah, sorry. Wait until I stop too. Here. When I stop, then you shoot. That's the only thing you can do. Yeah.
Unlike skaters, goalies don't play shifts. They usually stay out there for the entire game. But everybody makes mistakes. Sometimes a soft goal can give a good goalie a bad rep. If you allow a goal like the one Roberto Luongo once did, all you can do is just laugh about it. There's nothing else you can do, says Tellqvist. It's one of those things when you allow a soft goal and everybody looks at you like you're an idiot, and there's just nothing you can do about it. I forget about the goals I allowed very quickly. I try to refocus and get ready for the next shot. It's not easy at times, but you can't help it. That's part of the deal of being a goalie. I find it easier to stop a breakaway rather than stop a penalty shot. When it's a penalty shot, you have the time to think about your next move and there's no time pressure. While on a breakaway, you can't help but think there's somebody chasing you trying to get the puck away. Goalie's main job is to stop pucks, but sometimes they also think about putting the puck into the other net as well. To be honest with you, I really want to score a goal one day, admits Tellqvist. It would be a fun thing to do, but unfortunately I didn't have a chance to do that so far. It's a risky move to go for too. My team would have to be up by a couple of goals. If it's a one-goal game and I decide to go for it, there's a great chance I'm gonna put my team in danger. I can miss the net, ice the puck, and that could be costly. It's fun when a goalie gets credited with the goal when he doesn't even take a shot, as was the case with Yeremyeev this past season. I don't think it should count though. You have to take a shot yourself to be credited with the goal.
You know what you should do? After every shot you shoot, even though you don't score, you should put your hands up. You know? Like you'd be like, oh, fuck it, I scored again.
Goalie can be over-emotional. Focus is imperative. The calmer the goalie, the better he plays. The better he plays, the better results for his team. The key thing for every goalie is to remain calm, he says. A calm goalie can inspire his team. If you're stressed out, your team feels that, and it's not a good thing. Skaters get nervous, they make more mistakes, and that lowers their productivity. There's no such thing as ideal age for goalies. Some goalies shine when they're young, some play better after they turn 30. I had a great start of my career. In 2006 I won the Olympics. I didn't do so well for the next few seasons, and now I'm getting back up there. I feel more confident now than I used to. I'm getting a lot of ice time these days, which is very important for me. I'm being trusted and my team wins a lot of games. As a goalie, I don't really care if my team plays offensive or defensive-minded hockey when I sign a contract. It doesn't matter much to me.
Is it this side or that side? Hey, buddy. Just make a good save. You come out and you make a save with this leg, right? And then he scores some rebound. Yeah. Try to stop if you can, you know?
Here's a cool fact. Mikael Tellqvist is the only Olympic champion among all KHL goalies. It's always a special feeling to win something with your national team, says Tellqvist, especially if it's the Olympics. Back in 2006, I played alongside with Henrik Lundqvist. It took us a while to realize that we won the gold medals. I wouldn't say that we were lucky to win back then. We worked really hard for it, and we deserved to win. Hard work is what winning is all about. You gotta wonder what goalies are like in everyday life. Do they have any problems communicating with the outside world? How does the world look at somebody who takes pucks to the head for a living? I think I'm a regular person, says Tellqvist. I realize stopping pucks for a living isn't a very normal thing to do. But modern equipment is very good. I almost never get bruises. But you're right, there are a lot of weird goalies out there. Take Brzgala, for instance. He's a good goalie, but he says a lot of weird things, like the one he did about the universe.
Yeah. I start standing, you go hop, I go down, and I slide over. Yeah.
Goalies are very superstitious. Legendary Vladislav Tretiak used to cross his mask before every shot he had to face. These days, not much have changed. Goalies still rely on supernatural forces. I try to relax before the game, says Tellqvist. I talk with the guys about non-hockey related things, but once the puck is dropped, I'm focused 100%. As for my pre-game routine, I have a few things. I tape my stick in a certain way, and I put my equipment on in a special order. Nothing too serious, though. Some goalies stick tap their left or right shoulder before the games. Some have to tape their stick a few times. The others don't talk to anybody, and I know one guy who never played a game without a gum in his mouth. This is just too weird for me. Tellqvist doesn't like being a backup, even though he was offered good money to be one in the NHL. Perhaps this is why Tellqvist spent just 7 years in North America. He didn't like sitting on the bench when he was with the Phoenix Coyotes, being Ilya Brzgala's backup. He asked for a trade to Buffalo, but after just 6 games with the Sabres, he went to the KHL. This is where he could actually play and not bide his time on the bench. I played in the NHL for a few years. When I signed with Buffalo, they also signed Ryan Miller, says Tellqvist. I wanted to play hockey, not be a backup. That's why I left. Life is full of everything. Sometimes you play well, sometimes you don't. It happens to everyone. KHL is a good league and it keeps expanding. When it's going to reach Scandinavian countries, it will draw a lot of attention. KHL has very good hockey to offer. Goalies around the world are weird, but Russians in general are even more weird. It's hard to understand the pattern they use when they drive. It's like the only rule they have is that there are no rules. You may not notice it if you live in Russia, but it really stands out for us as foreigners. Moscow is the craziest place to drive. When you get older, it gets easier to foresee where the shot is going to be coming from. Sometimes you can tell where the puck is going to go just by looking at the curve of a stick. If you have enough experience, you can read body language of the guy who takes the shot. If I don't see the puck, I have to guess where it's going to go. I try my best to cover as much space as I can. I have to rely on my instincts. It's much easier if I have the puck in my sight. Although with every passing year, players come up with something new and it's getting more difficult to stop them. A lot of players try to get under your skin, like Leo Kamara, for instance. Don't get me wrong, he's a good guy. I know him pretty well off the ice. But on the ice, winning is the only thing that matters. Controlling your emotions doesn't make you a good goalie. It's a hard work, and sometimes you don't get enough credit for it. It's not something anybody could do. To be successful in this line of work, you have to be determined, work hard, and believe in yourself. Also, a little luck never hurt anybody. Just ask Mikael Tellqvist.